Listen closely. Life doesn't care how tired you are. It doesn't care how many times you've failed. It's not interested in your excuses. It will break you down, delay you, and test every ounce of patience you have. And in those moments, you'll hear it. That voice telling you to quit, to walk away, to settle. But here's the reality. The second you stop, it's over. Not because you couldn't win, but because you chose not to. The ones who make it aren't the strongest. They aren't the smartest. They're the ones who kept going when everyone else tapped out. It's not luck, it's not chance, it's endurance. So ask yourself, are you going to outlast the pain, or are you going to fold and stay stuck where you are? Because in the end, it's simple. Keep going and eventually you win. Quit and you lose forever. The middle is where most people break. The beginning is nothing. Anybody can start. Day one, everyone's fired up, everybody's got energy, everybody's motivated, everybody's proud of themselves for taking the first step. They talk big, they post big, they act like they've already won just because they showed up. But let me tell you this, starting is cheap. Starting doesn't prove anything. Anyone can take the first step, and the end, that's the easiest part of all. Because when the finish line is in sight, when the results are visible, when the trophies are lined up, everyone shows up again. Suddenly the crowd is back. Suddenly the same people who ignored you want to clap for you, shake your hand, stand beside you like they believed in you the whole time. Victory is celebrated by everyone, but earned by almost no one. But the middle is the truth teller. The middle is the battlefield. The middle is where men are either made or broken. Because the middle, it's long, it's cold, it's lonely, it's thankless. The middle is where the lights go out. The cameras stop rolling, nobody's cheering, nobody's impressed. And for the first time, it's just you against yourself. The middle is the grind that nobody talks about. The early mornings that nobody sees. The late nights where you're running on fumes, the meals you skip, the sacrifices you make, the hours you put in that nobody claps for. The middle is cruel. It will whisper in your ear, you're wasting your time. It will remind you of every failure. It will tempt you to quit, to go back to comfort, to join the crowd of people who gave up halfway. And that's exactly why the middle is where most people die. Not physically, but mentally, spiritually. The middle is the graveyard of potential. It's the place where men bury their dreams. It's where the weak tap out. It's where the pretenders disappear. Because the middle is designed to break you. That's its job. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to strip away your excuses, your laziness, your comfort. It's supposed to test you, to see if you were serious when you said you wanted it. But here's the truth. If you're in the middle, you're in the right place. It means you've survived the shallow phase where everyone else quit. It means you're being tested, not punished. It means you're standing in the fire where transformation actually happens. Because no man is built at the start, and no man is built at the end. Men are built in the middle. Steel is forged in fire, not sunshine. Muscle is built in pain, not comfort. Character is shaped in the dark, not the spotlight, and greatness is born in the middle, where the weak break and the strong refuse to die. The middle is war. It's your discipline versus your doubt. It's your hunger versus your excuses. It's your patience versus your desperation for instant results. And make no mistake, this war will not be easy. It will be ugly, it will be bloody, and most people will lose, but not you, because you're still here, you're still in the fight, and the fact that you're still breathing, still pushing, still grinding in the middle, that's proof. Proof that you haven't been broken yet. So here's what you need to understand. The middle isn't failure. The middle isn't the end. The middle is the battleground where your old self dies and your new self is born. The middle is proof that you're in the process of becoming something greater than you were yesterday. And if you endure it, If you refuse to quit when it's quiet, when it's thankless, when it feels impossible, then the middle will reward you with something far greater than victory, because when the end comes, you won't just have the trophy. You'll have the scars. You'll have the story. You'll have the unshakable strength of a man who walked through hell and came out on the other side undefeated. That's why the middle exists, not to stop you, but to reveal you, to ask you one question: are you really built for this? And if your answer is yes, then you keep going. You fight another day. You take another step. You endure one more round. Because the middle was designed to break you, but if you endure it, if you rise in the place meant to destroy you, nothing will ever break you again. Quitting guarantees failure. Enduring guarantees growth. Every man hears the same voice in his head, that whisper that says, "Stop, you've done enough. Why are you still trying? Look around, nothing's changing. Just quit." That whisper is the voice of weakness, the voice of mediocrity, the same voice that killed the dreams of millions of men before you. And if you listen to it, if you obey it, your story ends right there. Because quitting doesn't make the pain disappear. Quitting doesn't make life easier. Quitting doesn't free you from the struggle. No, quitting only guarantees one thing: you will fail. Not maybe, not sometimes, not in rare cases. Every single time when a man quits, his dream dies. The outcome is sealed, done, finished, lost forever. You can try to justify it with clever excuses. You can call it taking a break. You can hide behind words like balance, patience, or realism. But the truth doesn't bend. The truth doesn't care about your excuses. The truth is this: you quit. And the second you quit, you erase every ounce of progress you ever made. Think about that. All the hours, all the effort, all the sweat, all the sacrifice, burned to the ground because you didn't endure. That's what quitting does. It robs you of your future and it steals your past. But if you refuse to quit, if you stay in the fight, you keep your chance alive. You might be behind. You might be hurting. You might be crawling. But as long as you don't stop, you are still in the game. And here's the secret: time always rewards endurance. Because endurance is not passive. Endurance is power. Endurance is resistance. Endurance is proof you cannot be broken. Every day you endure, you grow harder. Every battle you survive, you grow sharper. Every storm you outlast, you grow stronger. And strength is not built in the easy days. Strength is forged in the days you want to quit. Growth hides in the fire. It waits for the man who refuses to bow. Look at the men you admire, the ones who inspire you. They weren't lucky. They weren't chosen. They weren't smarter or more talented than you. They just refused to quit. They didn't fold under pressure. They didn't collapse when it got ugly. They outlasted the weak. That's the difference. Not talent, not genetics, not fate. The difference is simple. They endured. They pushed past the point of exhaustion. They dragged themselves through the mud. They kept going when their bodies screamed and their minds begged them to stop. And because of that, they crossed the finish line most men never see. Now here's the part most men don't understand. The moment you want to quit is not the end. It is the beginning. That's the threshold. That's the test. That's the doorway to becoming unbreakable. Weak men quit at the threshold. Strong men endure past it. And if you endure past it, you find a version of yourself you didn't even know existed. A man with a mind forged in fire. A man with a body that refuses to quit. A man with a willpower that terrifies his enemies. That's the reward of endurance. So the next time your chest is heaving, your legs are shaking, your mind is screaming for mercy, don't fold. Don't break. Don't give in. Because in that exact moment, when every cell in your body wants to quit, you are closer to growth than ever before. You are standing at the edge of the breakthrough. push one more rep, take one more step, last one more round. Because every second you endure, you widen the gap between you and the men who quit. That's why quitting guarantees failure. That's why endurance guarantees growth. And if you endure long enough, if you refuse to break, if you refuse to quit, you will win. Not by chance, not by luck, not by fate, but because the man who cannot be broken cannot be defeated. So remember this: quitting is a coffin, endurance is a weapon, and the man who endures until the end always becomes the man the world cannot ignore. The quitters clear the path. You think you're losing. You think you're falling behind. You think the world is leaving you in the dust. No, that's an illusion. That's weakness whispering in your ear. Look closer. Pay attention. Every single day you stay in the fight, another man gives up. Every single step you take, someone else taps out. Every single hour you refuse to quit, the battlefield gets emptier. The grind doesn't just build you. It doesn't just sharpen you. It eliminates the ones who don't belong. This is what most people don't understand. Struggle is a filter. It's not here to destroy you. It's here to reveal you. It separates the dreamers from the doers. It separates the boys from the men. It separates the ones who want it from the ones who are willing to bleed for it. Everybody loves the idea of success. Everybody loves the fantasy of winning. Day one, they're fired up. They post about it. They brag. They scream that nothing will stop them. But time doesn't care about hype. Pain doesn't care about promises. The grind doesn't care about who said they wanted it the most. Wait a week. Wait a month. Wait until the first wall smashes them in the face. That's when the truth comes out. That's when most men fold, because they weren't built for this. They weren't built for nights with no sleep, days with no reward, months with no applause. They weren't built to keep going when nobody's watching. They weren't built to choke down the pain and still move forward. But you're still here, and here's the reward. Every quitter clears the road for you. Every man who falls behind makes your victory closer. Every weak one who steps off the field makes the spotlight brighter when it's your turn. The grind is thinning the crowd. The struggle you hate is the very thing that's removing your competition. It's not you against the world, it's you against time. And every day that passes, there are fewer left standing beside you. Understand this: you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be the strongest. You don't need to be the fastest. You just need to be the last man refusing to break. That's what winning really is. It's not about who explodes out of the gate. It's about who refuses to stay down when the gate crushes them. It's not about who shines the brightest in the beginning. It's about who's still shining when the lights go out. Every day you outlast, you win. Every time you endure, you climb. Every time you take one more step when your legs are screaming, you get closer. Think about it. The battlefield doesn't reward the loudest. It rewards the last man standing. The throne doesn't go to the flashiest. It goes to the one who refused to leave. And here's the cold truth. That might not be tomorrow. That might not be next week. It might take years. But those years are where the herd gets separated. Those years are where most men vanish. And those years are where legends are born. You're not falling behind. You're not losing ground. You're clearing the field. Step by step, day by day, fight by fight. And when the smoke finally clears, when the dust finally settles, when every pretender is gone, when every talker is exposed, when every weak one has been burned out of the game, there will only be one left. You. Not because you had the easiest road, not because you had the most talent, not because you had the loudest voice, but because you refused to quit when it mattered, because you were unbreakable, because you kept swinging when your arms were tired, kept walking when your legs were heavy, kept believing when your mind screamed, stop. That's what men are built for. Not comfort, not excuses, not shortcuts, but war, but endurance, but survival. So stop thinking you're behind. Stop thinking you're losing. Stop looking around at who's ahead and who's behind. The quitters are already clearing the path for you. Your job is simple. Keep walking it. Keep marching forward. Keep dragging your body, your soul, your will through the fire, because the field is emptying. And one day soon, when the dust settles and the silence hits, you'll realize something chilling. You're the last one standing. The battlefield belongs to the men who endure. The throne belongs to the man who refuses to quit. And that man is you. Become too dangerous to be ignored. Winning isn't an accident. It isn't a gift. It isn't luck. Winning is the natural outcome for the man who refuses to quit, refuses to soften, and refuses to remain ordinary. Most men, they waste their lives waiting. They wait for motivation. They wait for inspiration. They wait for permission. They wait for the perfect time. And the years pass them by. They grow older, softer, weaker. They wake up one day realizing they traded their fire for comfort, their dreams for distractions, and their potential for excuses. They vanish into the noise. They die, forgotten, but not you. You're not here to die average. You're not here to be another nameless, faceless man in the crowd. You're here to carve yourself into steel. You're here to build a body, a mind, and a spirit so relentless, so dangerous, that the world has no choice but to notice. Every rep you grind when no one sees you. Every early morning you rise while the weak men sleep. Every late night where you sharpen instead of wasting time. Every sacrifice you make when others are chasing pleasure. That is where you're becoming unstoppable. That is where you are forging the weapon, because eventually something happens inside a man like you. You stop hoping to win. You stop wishing for luck. You stop asking life to give you something. You stop waiting, and you start becoming the man who cannot lose. Think about it. How do you defeat a man who grows stronger every time he's knocked down? How do you break a man who finds fuel in every failure? How do you stop a man who has already walked through hell and decided he will never bow? You don't. You can't. And that is exactly why he wins. Most men are soft. They look for shortcuts. They avoid discomfort. They'd rather stay comfortable and dream about winning than bleed for it. And that's why they stay forgettable. But you're not chasing shortcuts. You're not building yourself for applause. You're not grinding so someone can pat you on the back. You're building yourself into a weapon, a man of discipline, a man of focus, a man so relentless that when opportunity cracks open, you don't hesitate, you don't freeze, you don't doubt, you strike. And when you strike, it isn't timid, it isn't cautious, it's ruthless, it's precise, it's final. That's the difference. The quitters vanish. The talkers keep talking. The weak keep waiting. But the man who builds himself into something dangerous, the man who shows up when everyone else disappears, the man who refuses to break, refuses to bow, refuses to stop, that man doesn't just win. He dominates. Understand this. The world doesn't reward the comfortable. The world doesn't crown the man who almost tried. The world bows to the man who refuses to quit, to the man who becomes too strong, too cold, too relentless to be ignored. And here's what's coming. Eventually your discipline will outweigh your doubts. Eventually your scars will outweigh your fear. Eventually your consistency will outweigh every excuse. And when that day comes, no one will stop you. No one will deny you. No one will be able to ignore you, because you won't just be in the game. You'll be the storm that ends it. Eventually, you will win, not because the world handed it to you, not because you got lucky, not because it was easy. You will win because you became too dangerous to ignore, too disciplined to break, too cold to fear, too relentless to stop. And when that moment comes, you won't just succeed. You won't just survive. You will dominate. You will rise. You will become the man they whisper about when you're not in the room. So sharpen yourself. Suffer if you must. Bleed if you must. Endure until endurance itself bows to you. Stay in the fire until the fire itself respects you. Because one day soon, the world won't just see you. It won't just hear you. It won't just notice you. It will have no choice but to kneel. Eventually, you will win, because you will have become the man no one can ignore. In the end, winning doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of persistence, patience, and refusing to quit when others do. Every setback is just a test. Every delay is building your strength. And if you keep showing up, if you keep pushing, eventually you will win. If this message hit you, drop a like, subscribe for more, and comment, "I never quit," to prove you watched till the very end. Because winners aren't defined by speed, they're defined by endurance. And those who endure always win in the end. See you in the next one.